Hello there! Welcome to my channel. My website and Patreon page are finally online. I recommend you to take a look at both. Link in the description. As some of you may know, while working on my first novel, I have written several short stories that you can read for free, all of them on my website. Some of which have won honorable mention in national and international literary competitions, with the notable exception of Title of the Blue Forest that won first prize in the second edition of the Golden Fable competition. For this reason, today I would like to talk about short stories, a writing formula that is often underestimated, but I think it's really cool for different reasons. So I made a list of 6 reasons why you should write short stories. Here we go! Number 1. Short stories are short. Guess you didn't see that coming? Being short is the main feature of a short story, but it's for this reason that it may help you to improve a lot. Unlike a novel that if you're a beginner it may take years to write, a short story just takes few days to write. The point is that a short story, however short, will force you to go through all the steps required also by a novel. So from the idea to the outline, from the first draft to several editing steps, until you are satisfied with the final result. Then make it read to friends or family, listen to the comments, and if necessary, go back editing. You can therefore experience the writing process from start to beginning in a short time and learn to manage all the various stages. Number 2. They are quick to write. Writing a novel can be difficult and tiring, especially if you are at the beginning of your career and meanwhile you are also studying or doing another job. It may happen that you get stuck, the well-known writer's block, or that you just need a pause to regenerate your creative energies. In these cases, writing a short story is perfect, because it takes just a few days, and then you can go back to the main project with a fresher mind. Number 3. Particular ideas. And this reason alone for me is enough to start writing short stories. If you've ever tried to write a novel, you know that not all ideas are suitable to be transformed into long stories. Maybe because the idea itself does not allow interesting developments over a long period, or maybe because it has nothing to do with your plans at the moment. Short stories can give vent to all the little ideas, crazy or not, that comes to your mind from time to time, but are too short to turn them into a novel, or doesn't fit really well what you're writing at the moment and you cannot integrate it. The beauty of a short story is that a good idea is enough to give it life and write few pages. You don't need a complicated plot, which in fact it's better if it's linear. Do you want to write about a man who is bitten by a trout and become a were-trout, risking his life every time it's full moon and is far from water? A woman who is bitten by a branch and turns into a killing climbing plant? A librarian struggling with the rats eating his books? A yogurt that becomes sentient and solves humanity's problems? No wait, they already done this. These are all excellent. These are all ideas for short stories. Number 4. Literary competitions. Dozens of literary competitions for short stories are launched every single month, and they are a great gym for your writing muscles. Here in Italy there is a website I usually use. It's called concorsiletterari.it, link in the description. It is very convenient as it groups all the competitions launched in Italy in a single list, in order of expiry date. You can find both national and international competition, paid and free, for published or unpublished work. And not only this, you can find also a lot of poetry competition. This site is useful only to you, Italian speakers. For the other areas of the world, I really can't say, but I bet that if you look for it, you will be able to find a website similar to this for your country. The desire to test myself in these competitions is the main reason that prompted me at the beginning to start writing short stories. I was pretty confident in my skills, but obviously if you don't rely on the judgment of experts, you can never know, and I sometimes ask myself if I was able to write decently. That's a strange feeling. On one hand, you feel confident, and on the other hand, you feel unable. Happens to you too? I discovered this website many years ago but never participated in these competitions because I never thought I was good enough. But improving during time, I thought, why not? I found a purely fantasy competition and I participated with the first short story I wrote, Fast Animals and Slow Hunters, getting in the short list of 30 finalists out of 500 people that participated in the competition. This gave me the confidence to go on and participate in other competitions. And although every now and then I still question my skills, at least I know that I'm good enough to win mentions of merits in a literary competition where you have to compete with professional journalists and university professors. So in the moment of despair, this make you think, I can't be that bad, can I? Number 5. Curriculum vitae. And this point is closely related to the previous one, because winning literary competitions or getting honorable mention is a great way to start building a writer's resume. Moreover, some literary competitions used to publish anthologies containing all the finalists' stories, and it may happen to you, as it happens to me, that your stories may be included in those anthologies, and that's another good way to build a CV. One day you may want to publish a collection of your stories, or relate to a publisher for publishing a book, and having some recognition obtained in literary competitions may help a lot. Number 6. Personal satisfaction. History is full of depressed writers, and many of us spend a lot of time questioning their skills. And even if we are told not to be the first detractor of ourselves, sometimes the brain just do not help. Talking to you, brain! Writing some nice short stories, even if it's just to share with friends and listen to their feedback, can be a balm for self-esteem and help us fight the imposter syndrome that always watch on us by a dark closet of the mind. And that's all, folks! Read the stories on my website, link in the description. Also, there you can find all my social links. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and Discord. And if you like my stories and videos, please consider to support me on Patreon. Would mean a lot to me. And of course, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, ring that fucking bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye!